Okay, we're live. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Burson. I'm with the Robotics Institute, and this is another one of our sessions that we're going to explore the Summer Scholars Program. We're also going to talk about the value of undergraduate research and how to get started. So, thank you for joining me today, and let's go through and just see what we can do to help you path forward with research and opportunities to explore robotics. So I'll be walking through again. My name is Rachel Burson, co-director of the RI Summer Scholar Program. We've had the Robotics Institute at Carnegie Mellon University. We've hosted training programs and professional development for a whole range of whether it's professionals, graduate students, and then finally we launched a program in 2006 to pull all of that together to create opportunities for undergraduate students to explore, to work together, and to launch their careers in robotics. So I'm excited to share what has really become a passion for so many of us is to be part of your journey in robotics. So let's go ahead and think about what that pathway looks like and how to get started. On YouTube, you could drop any questions that you might have into the chat. And after about 10-15 minutes, I'll go through those questions and we'll talk a little bit more about what the opportunities are. So again, thank you for joining today. And I'm excited to just share some possibilities with you for next steps in robotics. So let's get started. You should be able to see my screen. And what we're looking at right now is a launch into the Summer Scholars Program. So what I was saying is that we have launched this program in 2006. And it's been really important for us to be able to, as a community, to host students from really around the world to be part of this. And we want to make sure that there are opportunities for individuals, no matter where you're from, to get to explore robotics. And so the Summer Scholar Program is within the Robotics Institute at Carnegie Mellon University. And we're part of this tradition here. The Institute was started in 1979 and has been one of the leading institutes in the world driving innovation in robotics and AI. We'll be hosting another program. This past summer was our first summer to come back in person after 2 years of being online with a remote program. So as part of the Summer Scholar Program, you'll have the opportunity to conduct research, to explore, with the Institute being one of the largest research units in the world that focuses on robotics. There are hundreds of active projects. So it's about this exposure. Core to the Summer Scholar Program is also workshops and professional development, and then really networking with industry leaders, meeting others in the field, and then learning how to present and publish your results. And so as a summer scholar, part of that experience is really learning what is the scientific community like? How do I participate? What are some of the skills that I'm going to need? What are those core professional skills that will help me to translate my ideas and communicate them to multiple audiences, to sponsors, to create policy, to get funded, to get into grad school? And so that's part of the conversation. The Summer Scholar Program, if I divide it into 3 different buckets so we can easily think about it, it's 3 things. It's that guided research. So when you apply online, we'll talk about how you should look at some of the projects and think about that. The guided research that summer scholars do, it's additive. So you're starting with not just scratch or nothing there, but you're adding to a project. You're joining a research community, and we want to show you how to look at some of those projects and find some areas of interest. The second thing is about professional development. So maybe you come in and you're working on a project that is in computer vision, or maybe it's in path planning. We want you to be able to really think about and explore other areas of robotics as well. And so through the professional development, we're going to have several different focal points. One is going to be exposure to other robotics research and application. Another is going to be how do you really craft and communicate your research results so that you can get into really good graduate programs. You can get a job in industry, that you can get funding for a number of different things. And then finally, there's a teaching and learning portion of the professional development as well. And all of that is supported by what we feel is hopefully a very deep, nurturing environment within the program itself, and then the broader institute and community also. The Summer Scholars Program, we call it summer, but that's 3 months in the summer, but really it begins before the summer with some prep, and then there's follow-up afterwards. So the summer portion is really the immersion into the research, and then we'll continue to refine research results, work on next steps together, apply to grad school, apply for future opportunities as well. As part of the Summer Scholar Program, there are deliverables that are part of the program, and there's 3 main deliverables. One is a research paper, as you see here. Another is a research poster, and the final is a video, which is just a quick summary of your research. These are cultivated and put together in such a way that it supports you in learning how to communicate research results, learning how to communicate the motivations for research, your individual contributions and next steps, so that you can present that to a number of audiences. That could be graduate school admissions, that could be industry executives, that could be a lot of different possibilities. But these 3 different deliverables are there to support you in building a core professional skill set for your future. As part of the Summer Scholar Program, we'll house students from all over the world. I think at this point, we say it's over 60, but I think we're closer to 75 different home countries. So each year, you're part of a community that is maybe 7 to 10 or 12 different home countries. And that comes together because science and technology is really globalized. It's a global innovation economy. It's a global endeavor. And you work as part of a community. And there's a lot of peer engagement that is core to everything we do. So when you think about the Summer Scholar Program, it's those 3 pieces. It's the guided research, the professional development, as you see pictured here, and it's also the community that you're joining. And that community is core to, and there's many layers of that as well. So at its core, you have the Summer Scholar Program, and then you keep building out from there. You have your individual lab, you have the larger Robotics Institute, and this includes many centers like the National Robotics Engineering Center. It includes industry that's local and extended as well. So we do a lot so that you can think about and really broaden your understanding, perspective, and impact. This was a visit with a statewide leader from Pennsylvania, a county commissioner from Venango County, County Commissioner Chip Abramovic. And we host multiple conversations where we're looking at pathways in STEM, we're looking at endeavors in science and technology, and you're sharing perspectives, but also learning from others as well. Do a lot of teaching and learning, and part of that is sharing what we've learned and what we've brought to students that may visit the institute. This was a program that we hosted during the summer. I was part of a group that created a TV series on robotics, and we were able to use that, and these brilliant scholars that were part of this program worked with a team to directly develop some activities for students. So at the core, it's really about community. It's about coming together and learning and sharing. So as we go forward, as we explore this, when you're thinking about research opportunities, think about the skills that you want to build, but also think about intentionality about the community that you're joining, what that means for your future, and how you can contribute. when you approach that application, you want to think about all of those things, So what is it that you want to learn? How are you going to contribute? And what is that network? And how will you become part of that network? There's so much to do in Pittsburgh. It's really an easily navigatable city. There's so many fun things we do. This is one of our global seminar series to share robotics with the world. And that was really exciting as well. We were joined by 13,000 participants over the summer to participate in some of our online programs. This is a fun part of campus. There's a lot that's happening and exploring, but it's summer-based immersion, but it's really much broader than that, because it's about collectively our engagement in robotics. It's about thinking about next steps. So I want to talk for a moment about preparing a strong application. You're welcome to share really any questions that you might have, and I'm going to address those in just a few moments. Now, that's the number one question that I get is, how do you prepare for any, and I want to talk about RISS, but really any undergraduate research opportunity, internship. And so I'm going to walk you through the website so you can look at some of this, but then we're going to talk about some specifics as well. So the first place that we want you to look at in any undergraduate research program and any internship is that, understand that community, understand their objectives, understand what are some of the prior research that they've done. And so this is from the Summer Scholar website. What we're looking at here is what we call the research showcase. This should be your first stop, right? This should be the first place that you go to explore what the Robotics Summer Scholars, prior scholars have done, and to look at their research. There are working papers journal that we saw a picture of earlier, but then there's also the posters and the research. So dive into those, look at multiple years. And in this case, I would say, look at the past year, but also start to look at several years before COVID as well, because there would have been an impact or shift. And remember, you're adding to the research, you're joining a project that's already in flow. So it's really important to see what prior scholars have done. Right? The next thing is that you may want to look at and see what were some of the prior summer scholars, who were they working with, and you'll see that there's really a list of mentors that are part of the summer scholar program. My best advice is that in any project, if you're looking at undergraduate research, again, is looking at multiple years, looking at the number of scholars that they might host. You may have someone who may participate occasionally, but not often. So you want to look at where is there a consistency. And the labs and the mentors participate based on an overall match. And so their name may appear here, but it may not be every summer, and that won't be guaranteed in advance, right? So let's see what else. When you come here, this is what the application portal looks like, and you can dive in there. There's more information about the Summer Scholar Program. This is our key advice here. A couple questions that we often get about that profile and eligibility, but all of this is available online. There's links to this information as well. And I think it's really important to go through the research, look at what the mentors are doing, and then, propose in your statement of purpose, like list at least 2 to 3 mentors that you might want to work with, right? And at the core, again, this is about community. This is about coming together for a number of opportunities. So we're going to respond to applications that also have that community focus. Tell us why you want to join a learning community. Tell us why you want to be part of that community and how you're going to contribute as well. So we'd love to share some more questions and ideas and respond to some of the things that you might have in terms of questions about the program. A couple things that come in very often for questions, and I'd like to go through and address these. There's a frequently asked questions section on the website, and this will have this information, but I'm going to summarize some of those top questions. One is that, who is the program open to? The program is open to undergraduate students that will have at least one semester of full-time undergraduate work post-RISS, preferably 2 semesters. And then it is open to students from around the world studying in the US or studying elsewhere. The dates of the program, there's a June 1st kickoff. You must be here for the orientation and the kickoff on June 1st. There's some prior work that we do together that is online, and that's about 1 hour a week in the month of May. That's to help you get ready for the program. And then many students will stay a little bit of extra time in the month of August, but everyone must be here for the June 1st kickoff. There's information about backgrounds, about research, about the sample projects that's available online. So one of the questions is about really, there's so many amazing faculty members and professors. I would take a look at the faculty members. The first thing I would do is have they participated in prior years? Go through multiple examples of the research. And this is research that undergraduate students have had the opportunity to do. So this is not, graduate students or, other visitors, but this is undergraduate students. So it's specifically scoped and supported there. One of the things that I would do is to look at what is your coursework? What would you like to contribute to? I would look at the faculty members' home website, look at their lab website, explore some of that. Start at the research examples, go through there. There are some of the students that are at the Institute that would be, that you can find easily, that might want to, you can reach out to as well. But it's about finding the match, figuring out what you'd like to learn, how you're going to contribute to the research, but also the community as well. Another question that came in was, can the recommendation from an academic advisor be substituted? So your recommendation should be from a faculty advisor or someone who you've done research with, someone that you have done project work with. You can get additional recommendations from someone from industry, but the type of recommendation we're looking for in this program is someone that can speak to your research ability. So if you worked at a research institute, then maybe choosing a work supervisor would be appropriate. But in most cases, I would suggest that you specifically focus on faculty members that you've worked with at your home university. What other questions might there be? So we know that you're going to have lots of opportunities to explore the research, first by going to the research showcase. The second thing is that there's links to faculty members, to their websites, and you can explore that a little bit more. But most of the information is on the website. The deadline to apply is January 15th. And we will be doing selection for participants through a multiple stage process that happens in the spring. Thank you for joining today. And we look forward to opportunities to connect again. My name is Rachel Burson. Questions about the RISS program, please join us for an upcoming information session.